Angelina Jolie, one of Hollywood's most powerful actresses, has experienced a roller coaster of emotions in her love life. She has been married 3 times to famous men, but each marriage ended in heartbreak. For nearly a decade, Jolie has never publicly confirmed a new relationship, despite constant rumors swirling around her. However, recently, her friends have been encouraging her to consider a bold idea, getting back together with her first husband, British actor Jonny Lee Miller. Many believe this could be Jolie's last chance at finding true love. But is it really possible? After everything she's been through, is she ready to open her heart again? To understand their story, we need to go back to the mid-90s, when Angelina Jolie's career was just beginning to take off. At the time, she was a young actress, rebellious, charismatic, and utterly captivating. In 1995, while filming Hackers, she met Jonny Lee Miller, a talented and handsome British actor. The two quickly fell in love, and just a year later, they tied the knot. Their wedding wasn't extravagant, but it certainly grabbed attention. Jolie wore a simple white shirt with Jonny's name written on the back in her own blood. It was a wild, passionate gesture that perfectly captured the fiery intensity of youth. However, their marriage lasted only 4 years. By 1999, they amicably parted ways, citing their growing careers as the main reason. They were both young, ambitious, and not quite ready to build a life together. Despite the breakup, they remained close friends, a bond that has lasted to this day. In February 2024, during the Santa Barbara International Film Festival, Angelina Jolie surprised fans by mentioning Jonny Lee Miller with a warm, affectionate expression. She shared that they still keep in touch and often reminisce about their Hackers days. Jolie revealed, "I have a great relationship with Jonny. He and I both have sons around the same age, which is wonderful." This single comment sparked a wave of speculation. It seemed that after all these years, there was still something special between them. And to those closest to Angelina, this felt like an opportunity she shouldn't ignore. Some believe that Jolie and Miller are the perfect example of right person, wrong time. When they were younger, love alone wasn't enough to keep them together. But now, after weathering the storms of life, could they give their love another shot in a completely different context? If there's anyone who truly understands Angelina Jolie, it might just be Jonny Lee Miller. Her closest friends haven't hesitated to list all the reasons why he could be the perfect match for her. Checkmark, he's patient and understanding. Even after all these years, Jonny remains one of the few people who truly listens to her without judgment. Checkmark, he leads a stable, drama-free life. Despite being a successful actor, Jonny has avoided the chaos of Hollywood. He lives a quiet life in London and even volunteers as a firefighter. Checkmark, he still cares about her. In past interviews, Jonny has expressed regret over their marriage ending and even admitted he never really wanted to let her go. All of this has convinced Angelina's friends that Jonny Lee Miller could be the one person she can truly trust and rely on. But no matter how much encouragement she gets, only Angelina Jolie can decide the fate of this story. According to a source from Us Weekly, the actress isn't ready for a new relationship just yet. It's hard for her to trust men after everything that happened with Brad Pitt. Angelina hasn't shut herself off from love entirely, but she's not looking for anything serious right now. Her painful split from Brad Pitt left deep emotional scars. Even after nearly a decade, she hasn't been able to open her heart to anyone else. Part of her fears being hurt again, while another part doesn't want to risk losing her friendship with Jonny Lee Miller if things don't work out. While rumors of a rekindled romance with Johnny swirl, Angelina Jolie has unexpectedly found herself in another controversy. In 2023, The Sun reported that she spent 2 nights at a London hotel with rapper and activist Akala. Although Jolie's representatives declined to comment on the rumors, the story left people wondering, could she already be seeing someone else? And if so, would that affect her chances of reuniting with Jonny Lee Miller? At this point, Angelina Jolie has everything a woman could dream of: fame, fortune, a legendary career, and 6 wonderful children. But the one thing she still seems to be missing is a true life partner who understands and cherishes her. Could Jonny Lee Miller be that person? The biggest question remains, will Jolie be brave enough to take another chance on love? Love is always an enigma, and only time will tell. But no matter what happens, the most important thing is that Angelina Jolie finds peace and happiness in her own life. Right now, Angelina Jolie's friends are urging her to reconsider a relationship with her first husband, Jonny Lee Miller. They believe he might be her last chance at finding true love. But is Jolie truly ready for that, especially when the wounds from her marriage to Brad Pitt have yet to fully heal? To understand why Jolie is hesitant to enter a new relationship, we need to revisit one of Hollywood's most infamous love stories, the whirlwind romance of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. From their passionate beginnings on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith to their years-long legal battle, their story is as legendary as it is heartbreaking. In 2004, when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, they were already two of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Pitt, then 41, was a heartthrob with undeniable charm and a stellar career. Jolie, 29, was not only known for her striking beauty but also for her fierce independence and rebellious spirit. The movie told the story of a married couple who secretly worked as assassins, only to be assigned to kill each other. Every glance, every touch between Brad and Angelina on screen crackled with chemistry. And even when the camera stopped rolling, there was an undeniable pull between them. But there was one problem. Brad Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston, America's sweetheart at the time. Although both Brad and Angelina insisted that nothing happened between them while he was still with Aniston, few in Hollywood believed them. In January 2005, Brad and Jennifer announced their separation, and by October of that year, their divorce was finalized. Just months later, Angelina was spotted vacationing in Kenya with Brad and her adopted son Maddox. Those photos all but confirmed the rumors. Angelina wasn't just Brad's new love interest. She was also stepping into the role of a mother figure for his future children. From that moment on, Brangelina became Hollywood's most powerful couple. They weren't just dating, they were building a family. Brad officially adopted Maddox and Zahara, the daughter Angelina had adopted from Ethiopia. In 2006, they welcomed their first biological child, Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie Pitt, and the following year, they adopted Pax Thien from Vietnam. Their presence on the red carpet was nothing short of iconic, a beautiful multicultural family that captivated the world. They weren't just a couple, they were a symbol of boundless love and unity. Yet despite their efforts to appear like the perfect family, cracks began to form. In 2016, everything came crashing down. Angelina filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, but behind the legal jargon, the situation was much more painful. Reports surfaced about a heated altercation between Brad and their eldest son Maddox on a private jet. The incident sparked an investigation into Brad's behavior, though he was eventually cleared of any wrongdoing. Still, the damage was done. Their once idyllic love story had turned into a bitter battle for custody of their 6 children. Over the years, their divorce proceedings dragged on, filled with accusations, counter-lawsuits, and never-ending disputes, especially over their shared estate, including their prized French vineyard, Chateau Miraval. At one point, Angelina sold her share of the estate to another company, prompting Brad to sue her, claiming she had violated their prior agreement. It was a clear sign that even years after their split, the wounds between them were still raw. Angelina Jolie once loved Brad Pitt with all her heart, but love alone wasn't enough to withstand the pain, the differences, and the pressures of a relationship that was too big for its own good. Perhaps that's why Jolie has been so reluctant to open herself up to love again. Since her split from Brad, she has remained fiercely private, dedicating herself entirely to raising her children. Meanwhile, Brad, after struggling with alcohol and depression, has slowly rebuilt his image. He won multiple accolades, including an Oscar in 2020 for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But between them, the legal battles have never fully ended. The custody fight continues, and their history still casts a long shadow over both their lives. With all this emotional baggage, it's no wonder Angelina is hesitant to take a chance on love again, even with someone as familiar and trustworthy as Jonny Lee Miller. On paper, he seems like the perfect choice. He's patient, stable, and has never been caught up in Hollywood's chaos. He still speaks fondly of their past, and their long-standing friendship proves that their connection has endured the test of time. But for Jolie, the question isn't just about whether Jonny is right for her. It's whether she's ready to open her heart again. Can she move past the trauma of her relationship with Brad Pitt and allow herself to believe in love once more? Only time will tell. But no matter what she chooses, one thing remains certain. Angelina Jolie is a strong, devoted mother and an undeniable force in Hollywood. And whether she finds love again or not, she will always be a star who shines on her own terms.